Hi guys, and welcome back to EpicAirsoftHD. This week we have the long-awaited, pun intended, XCR Long. So let's get this out of the box, have a look at it. This is the last episode where we'll be giving away information on our giveaway, so stay tuned to the end and we'll be releasing the winners pretty soon after that, I would reckon, probably about a week's time after this review. So let's get this gun out of the box so you can have a look at it. Again, we have Scoutthedoggie in here today doing the range test for us, so pretty cool addition to the show, and here we have it. Awesome gun. This one compared to the XCR that I own, as you'll see, is just about, I don't know, I'd say about 4 inches longer on the Riz rail. So as you can see, it's the same length as my own version with the barrel extension / sound suppressor on it. So quite a lengthy barrel for an AEG. Just about shorter, I think it's about an inch shorter than a standard M16 length, so you get an idea then of what you're looking at. The features of this gun are, of course, the Riz rail itself. It's a monolithic upper, so it goes from all the way to the back of the lower receiver, all the way out to pretty much the tip of the barrel. Very, very secure, no wobbles or rattles at all, even though this gun is polymer. It's reinforced really, really well. Orange tip flash hider, bird's cage style, so you can change that out once you bought this gun depending on your state law. Over here in the UK we don't need any of that such thing, so we can just cut this thing off and go straight for a sound suppressor, the Vesky firepipe, something like that. So pretty neat gun. The rail along the bottom here, you're going to get a flashlight on there, foregrip, even the angle foregrip, a Magpul or any other kind of angle foregrip you want to put on there. Along the side, pec box, again flashlight, laser, tons and tons of space for putting different accessories and things on. Of course, the top rail here is absolutely huge. You're going to get backup sights on there, scope like I'm going to fit, and just a lot of room. So this gun is perfect for a kind of DMR role if you want to fulfill that role. If you're part of a team or you just like to run around yourself and keep your range between you and your opponents. So I'm going to go ahead and put a scope on this and show this. This is actually a really, really short kind of replica scope that I'm going to put on, but in my opinion actually looks really good and fulfills the DMR role really well. So let's get this on here. Quick detach rings on this little scope, so it's pretty good. UTG. And we have the shroud as well, so we'll get that on there. Excuse me, still got a bit of a cold from the Christmas period. So there you have it. Nice scope on top of there, and it looks really good. With this gun, you get 2 Stanag type magazines. They're M4/M16 magazines, if you don't know what Stanag means. And they're pretty much standard throughout the whole kind of TM based guns out there. So let's get this out. These are high capacity type, 300 rounds. So you get 2 of these, so 600 rounds combined is more than enough rounds. So if this is your first gun, you're going to be ready to rock there, plenty of rounds there. So magazines are actually a really tight fit, which, frustrating as it is to get in there, it means there's no wobble and you're of course not going to lose your magazine while you're in a firefight. Excuse me. So magazine release is on this side, very much like the M4. So if you've got an M4, M16 platform, you'll be very, very familiar with this gun. Also, this gun comes with the buffer tube already fitted to it. This part is actually metal, so it's not part of the polymer one, which is pretty good because you want a bit of reinforcement in there. This is a kind of weak point on most guns, especially cheaper Chinese brands. It's very got a tendency really to break really quickly. The stock itself is very, very strong and of course very sturdy. The battery is housed inside here. I'm going to show you as well, this gun actually comes with a battery, which is nice. This one is a 9.6. I know in the short review I said 8.4, but it is actually a 9.6. I just said it wrong. This actually fits in here, and as you can see, it's pretty much custom made for the battery that it comes with. You can get most batteries in here if you've got a buffer tube M4 stock. A kind of battery that'll fit in there too, and I have one of my very own, which is the butterfly battery. This is 11.1 volt LiPo, which we'll be using for the shooting test and the chronograph test later on. So, really nice, neat way to put a battery in there. It's actually neater than most guns that come with the stock batteries, especially the crane stock. It can be a bit fiddly, but that's really good that this butt pad comes off on its own, so you get good access in there. The gearbox that comes in this gun is a version 2. It's 8mm bushings, and this gearbox also comes with a polycarbonate piston that's been ported. So if you're going for crazy rates of fire with 11.1 volt LiPo, you're good to go, you're ready to rock. Of course, don't be crazy and hold down the trigger, empty a whole magazine. You will do damage to your gun, and over prolonged use it will get weaker and weaker. But it's good to know that you've got the confidence there that you can actually put 11.1 volt LiPo in there, so really, really good. If I pull back on the charging handle here, very unique charging handle. You pull it on this side. Unlike the metal one, this one doesn't lock back, and the bolt catch release down here is non-functional on this polymer version. I guess they have to cut costs somewhere. This is a metal hop unit, and it also includes the Mad Bull blue hop-up bucking. So it's a nice soft but a very durable rubber. You can get 0.3 gram BBs in here, and even 0.36 Mad Bull ones that I've used out in the range before when I had a little play with it. Nice rigid hop unit, so you can adjust your unit. Once you're happy with where it is, it's going to stay there for a long time. It's not going to budge. A lot of loose hop units can wiggle their way out, and you lose hop and you lose range while you're out there playing your airsoft game. So, great gun. This gun is roughly about the $200 mark. We'll put links below, of course, where you can buy this gun. Just now we're going to take it out and do the chrono test for you. Okay, we're using 0.20 gram BBs for this chronograph test. It's kind of standard for most chronograph testing. You can get an idea of each and every weight. We're just doing this. I hope I'm not hitting anything in the background. But, yeah, as compared to the short, it's got a slightly higher FPS average. This is roughly about 365 to about the 375 mark, which is pretty good. All right, we're going to move now and do a BPS test, just to see how good it is on an 11.1 volt LiPo. So let's see how many BBs it's firing in a second. Excellent, that's a little bit higher, about 1 BPS higher than the short version, which is pretty good. So it's showing you good consistency between the two separate gearboxes. All right, as you see from the chrono test, this gun is shooting 370, which is a really good kind of DMR roll feet per second. Of course, if you want to put a bigger spring in this, with it being a version 2 and compatible with Tokyo Marui, it's going to be easy to jump this gun up to the kind of 400, 450, and I reckon the gears that are in this will take that really well. The motor is also really good, and of course, version 2 motor grip, you can get many replacements for that as well. You get a tie torque motor in there for your 11.1, and maybe even an M130, M140 if you want to do the DMR roll. It will pull it no problems at all. So great upgradability, and of course very affordable. So we're going to go now and see how well this performs. We're going to get Scoutthedoggie to do a range test, and we'll come back and we'll show you exactly how well it's done. Okay, we're back out in our 30 metre range now, this time with the long version of course. We did the short version last week, so it'll be interesting to compare how different it is between the extra additional 2 or 3 inches that's left on the barrel. So we're going to do a semi-automatic test first, then a fully automatic test, and as always using our vice here to stop Scoutthedoggie's godlike powers from being too good. So I guess just take it away. Get assistance with the scope this time, so let's just check it's on semi as well. I'll let you fire about 10 or 12 shots down there. Alright, it's looking good for here. Alright, let's have a look at the target and we'll move on to a fully automatic shooting test. Alright, we've set up another target and we're going to move on to fully automatic now. Scout's going to decimate the target here with about 30-40 rounds, so take it away. Yep. You can hear it's got quite a high FPS, roughly just touching about 380 FPS. You can really hear the noise hitting the box, so it'd be interesting to see now what that is like compared to last week's shot. So let's have a look at the targets and we'll move on to summary of this awesome gun. Okay, let's look at these targets that Scoutthedoggie kindly shot for us. Okay, this is a semi-automatic test first. Alright, we've got a nice little spread here, But of course we got some little flyers that shot up to the left here. That's actually a tear along the paper. There's like 2 or 3 shots here, and you get one up here and quite a few up there. So the spread is actually more than the short was. So we're looking at probably barrel length. We're going to call that the culprit, because actually the longer barrel, the more chance there is of a BB striking the inside and sending it off. So we're going to look now at the fully automatic test. And there we have it. There's a nice big spread up here, unlike the XCR short that we had. I had like a little tiny cluster, then all of a sudden these little flyers all over the place. But this one here is pretty consistent along the board. So if you're talking 30, 40 meters, you're going to be shooting at an opponent, or even further, and you've got a very, very strong chance of hitting them, which is what you're looking for anytime you're buying an AEG. Most of the guns here we review are really, really high quality guns, especially Echo1s, all the other stuff that we do as well. They all generally tend to hit the piece of paper at 30 meters, and that's obviously a good sign. But that's a really good spread. Takes up about half an A4 sheet of paper and a nice round circle. So very consistent and an excellent weapon for the money that you're spending for it. So $200, $210, you've got yourself a very nice, really great looking DMR. And of course, if you want to go ahead and spend money on things like scopes, extra different type of foregrip, sound suppressors, and Magpul CTR stock. I mean, this gun itself would look pretty damn good if someone Magpul'd one. I mean, it's just a great platform to work off of. $200 isn't a lot of money, so to spend another $100, $200 on upgrades is no problem at all. $400 and you've got yourself an absolute machine and a really good looking gun. Don't forget guys, if you want to see the short review, you can click up here on that annotation, it'll take you straight to that. If you want to see the metal version, the one that both me and Scout own, you can click on this annotation here as well. Now this will be your last chance. Next week we'll be doing the giveaway announcements and what 4 lucky winners that we have. So guys, don't forget, of course, with it being your last chance, you need to be subscribed to these 3 channels here, our own, Echo1 USA, and of course Scoutthedoggie's very own channel there. If you want to better your chances, you need to like, favourite and share this video. We've been looking over the past month or so at all the people who share, have subscribed, have liked all the videos. We can keep track of that. If you use the share button, it's somewhere down here at the bottom. We can actually track you and see what videos of us you've shared, which is a really nice, neat feature that we can use to pick, you know, the guys that have been watching and liking, favouriting, commenting all the videos. So that is what we're looking for. We're looking for fans of the show, Scoutthedoggies, and of course Echo1 USA. We don't want to just give them away to anybody that's going to put their gun on Craigslist just to get an extra bit of money. We want someone that's going to be happy and proud to be the owner of one of these guns. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to ourselves. We do a gun review every single Sunday, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.